Hello, everyone. So I just got off the phone with my mother, who is telling me about how she's seen some videos about this blood moon and lunar eclipse is coming in. She says that saying that there's going to be 3 days of a blood moon. Now, she's talking about a lot of biblical things, such as things from Revelation, and saying that demons are going to run rampant. And she's talking about a lot of negative things that may happen during this time, and that the electricity may go out, and that this is a time where you need to stay indoors and that you need to protect yourself. Well, in my heart, I don't feel that this is entirely true. However, I do sense that maybe there is something that is going to happen at this time, which there is a lunar eclipse on January 21st. Yes, 21st, which is a Monday. Um, so there is a lunar eclipse, and I have heard that a lot of energies are going to bring up emotions and triggers and things for us to purge. So I have heard that this will be a transition time. Now, this is making me aware that maybe there might be something else going to happen at this time as well, because my mother does feel energies, and I do think that she does get some messages from these feelings that she gets, um, tingles, or sometimes she says it's like tapping, like she feels like somebody's tapping her. And as like confirmation that some of the things that she says are true. Now, I don't believe in demons per se, the way that my mother does. I do believe in energies, negative polarized energies, and beings act with those negative energies, but not the way that she thinks of it. So she's saying that these demons may look like your loved ones and come to your door, and then God is going to lift the veil, and that we'll be able to see these negative beings. Well, I'm not sure. I think that there just might be something else going on here, but in a positive perspective, because this sounds very, very fear based. And maybe it's the negative energies, giving false information too to people. So I'm going to gain more information and more enlightenment about this. I'm going to channel Archangel Michael, because you can't go wrong with Archangel Michael, right? So I'm gonna channel Archangel Michael just to tell us kind of what to expect for these 3 days here. They say 3 days of the lunar eclipse, this blood moon. Apparently, the moon is supposed to look red. Not sure if this is accurate or not, but this is what my mother is hearing here on YouTube. Some videos about this red blood moon. And let's bring in the very positive energy, right? Archangel Michael, to give us a perspective on this. Okay, so first I'm going to shield, and then I'm going to put myself in the heart. Okay, it's always important to shield, especially when you're going to open yourself up to bringing in energies, because even if you're calling in positive energies, it could bring in also some negative interference. So we don't want that. So I'm going to shield by placing a white light around me and going into my heart center. Yes, we will experience something on these days. It is time for us to awaken, and it will be a time of this, a time of transition. For you, nothing will happen. For some, they will experience some negativity. These negative forces are upon us. They are of the lower vibrations, and they are here to awaken us. They are here to awaken us as we use contrast to shape ourselves. Through them, we can know ourselves. Through them, we can understand ourselves. Through them, we can understand the vibrations that we are and awaken to our heart. For now, I will say that these negative forces are not the way that you would think. These negative forces are of the lower vibrations. They are lower vibrations and more dense. They have density that is very fear-based. They do not hold the light that we do. They are not of this planet in the sense that they do not even exist on this dimension. Their density is even lower than this. So these people that say that these entities will be around are true and accurate in that they are always around. However, they may try to influence people more on these days, yes, because these days are aligning themselves to bring in more positivity, more joy, more freedom. In a sense, these beings are trying to force themselves into more of a state of control so that they can win against these energies that come in. However, these energies are also a cleansing. These energies that come and cleanse, and we transmute these lower density. So for now, I will say that these 3 days are an awakening. These 3 days will bring in more of these negative polarized beings and energies. What you think of as the lower entities are nothing more than that which acts upon you, that which you see as energies that are not you. These energies may be found in the body, influencing your thoughts, your emotions, and your desires. They can influence your actions and tell you what is true when they are false. They can give you understandings that is not accurate. Now these beings are aware that they are becoming more light. They are aware that the light is upon them, but they do not understand the light. They do not understand the light, and so they are trying to act against the light. And these days will bring in more light for them to then shift their perspective. Now, if they do not understand the light, they will act against the light in ways that will bring up more purging for you. Some people may act against these things in ways that may be aggressive or emotional in some sense. People may become triggered. Now, these things may be in alignment with their higher self, but it may also be that these lower densities are acting out and trying to interfere with the light and trying to work against the light integration. These beings are not seen with the physical eye, as many have said. They may intrude, though. They may intrude on interactions. They may cause people to say things, do things, and act in a way that is not according to their higher plan, their higher self, their higher truth. This is what these days are about. In accordance to these blood moons, they are true. The moon will look red. And it is true that these energies are bringing in more of the dark energies in that they are coming to the surface to be purged. Now the planet is shifting more towards the light, and we do need to bring up these negative things for them to be cleansed. And this is what these days are about. There's nothing really to be afraid of, for just some awareness to understand that this is true. And for you, if you experience some negativity, to just allow it and to see it and not be aligned with it, not to see it as you. If you allow it to see you, instead of you looking and seeing it, they may align with you instead. They may align with the higher perspective, and they may be cleansed. Work with the light. I say that these days are freeing us. We must align with the light in our hearts. When we see from the hearts, these lower vibrations will shift and they will see more of the light. When you find yourself triggered, when you find yourself in lower vibrational states, find the light instead. Go beyond. When you do this, the lower vibrations will shift and they will be cleansed. So it is what I say, that you should vibrate at a higher frequency than them. If you have any doubts at all, then align with the heart. If you align with yourself in any doubts, find the truth. Go within. Know yourself from the higher perspective. And I also say that this is a time for us to shield, to surround ourselves with the love light, to understand ourselves through this. Find trust. Find the way for us through not being the pain, but understanding the pain. Detachment. Seeing ourselves through the self that is the love. Find peace, happiness, joy. These days may be challenging, but they are not in the way that you may think. They are not going to bring hardship, pain, suffering, not in the way that you think. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's only a time to understand ourselves through the higher perspective, the oneness, the joy, seeing ourselves through through the pain, but not as the pain. Finding ourselves being aware of the joy, the goodness, the light. Be the light bringers. Wonderful. I will now separate myself now from this and saying that there is nothing but all. One. Even the negative polarized beings are of the oneness. When they understand the oneness, they understand truth. And when they understand truth, they know more. They shall grow. If we grow, they grow. And we are here to separate ourselves. And then we must separate ourselves through this. And to understand that we are not of the lower, we are of the higher. We are one with the negative polarized, but we are not the negative polarized. Seeing ourselves as less than we are. There is the connection in that we must go higher and bring the lower to the higher. Understand ourselves accurately in a place of understanding who and what we are. Seeing ourselves, knowing ourselves through this. We are not the thoughts. We are not the actions. We are the consciousness. When the negative polarized tell us who and what we are, through the thoughts, through the actions, through the feelings, we must understand, no, we are not that. We are of more. We shift now to the higher perspective. Higher perspective. Wonderful, you are safe. You are always safe. Through this experience, you will even be more safe and understand more light. Light always protects us. Find your truth. Yes, find what makes you to love. See this and only this. Know the love. Go within. Tell yourself how much love you are. How much power you have with the love. These thoughts, feelings, actions do not hold power against you. They do not define you. Once you free yourself, they will free. You help them when you see yourself as the helper. Yes, you are the helper. You are the light bringer. Do you bring more light to you? You bring more light to them. Then the planet will shift. The planet will be in alignment with this. And the negative polarized is being cleansed, shifted, transmuted. Oh, soon we will only be light. We will be light. Take time now to understand the light. Wonderful. These 3 days, it is our plan that you will shift in awareness. Go into the heart, go into your center, meditate, understand, grow, be. Do not become triggered. Do not become negative. Do not find darkness. Do not work with fear. Find within yourself the light. See the light. Wonderful, know the light. Sense this. And if you catch yourself finding yourself working with the darkness, fighting against the darkness, just understand that this is a part of the process. If you catch yourself, just then see yourself through the perspective of the higher sense, the higher place. You can forgive, let go, accept. Teach yourself, for that is what it is about. It is a lesson. It is a lesson. And good work, everyone. Good work for doing your lessons. Teaching yourself. And as you teach, others learn. Others learn as well. Much love. Much love. Okay, that went with what I was sensing as well, that it's more not on a physical sense, but more of an emotional sense, and that the negative energies works with us to just bring things up to the surface. And we are healing them as well as we heal ourselves. So I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that this brought more of an understanding and a step outside of fear and more towards the light. So, yes, much love.